Hello and welcome to another beautiful discussion on the Growth Mindset Collective with Nikki Hall. Welcome, Nikki. So nice to see you.
Hello, Ava. Nice to see you as well.
Oh, thank you. It's been a while. And I know you haven't been feeling up to par, so hopefully you're feeling better and you look better today. So yay.
Thank you. Yes, I had that flu going around.
Well, we're feeling great to be here with you guys, and today we're going to be talking about abundance, the power of abundance, cultivating a mindset for growth and success. So, abundance is not just about wealth, as we know, it's a mindset and a way of thinking and living that welcomes unlimited possibilities, joy, and fulfillment. An abundant life is one where you recognize that opportunities, resources, and success are limitless. But sometimes we tend to forget that, especially when our mind is running on autopilot. So it's about shifting from a scarcity mindset, where fear, doubt, and limitations dominate, to a mindset that embraces expansion, gratitude, and trust in the universe. And I apologize for my rusty voice. I am a little bit under the weather, as you can tell, but we're here to be with you guys today. So, Nikki, take it away. What do you have for us on abundance, please?
Well, first I have to say we don't live in the same neighborhood, so she didn't get it from me. But abundance, to me, in my mindset, is where a lot of us live at a certain level, and um, to grow in our lifestyle is one manner is to grow in a with or through abundance. And that's again living through the laws where the first manner of abundance or gaining abundance, and the first way to set yourself in a solid relationship with abundance is to give. And it's not just about giving your money, it's giving kind thoughts, compassion, goodwill to people who need it. Sometimes it's just smiling at that one person who really needs it. Some people have bad days, and just a smile and somebody saying their name and saying hello and giving them a smile changes the whole dynamic of the day. And that's another ripple in the pond, and that's another manner of giving. You could give away physical items that you no longer have. I live in a condo building, and it's a very nice place. So people that put their stuff out, they put out really nice stuff, and they're little treasures for the rest of us. So that's a manner of giving as well. And you can volunteer your time. There's a lady in the building here who worked as a nurse and is volunteering, and she chose a place to volunteer where the lady had an organization where they were just working outside in the lady's garage, and they have good intentions and they're trying to help the mentally ill. She's had grants, she's had all kinds of support, she's won all kind of awards, and now she's in a standing structure where there's huge growth. So you don't know the volume that you're going to get back when you give. And that all falls under abundance. Also, you could give free services to others. Like sometimes I give my program away to somebody that I think is in need and can use it. You have to really use your judgment on where you're giving, because you can't squander your give, so to speak. Or, even if you provide a meal or a free coffee. One thing that we do here in Canada is we have Tim Hortons. And sometimes you get in the line and the people above you pay for your meal. So you get in front and you pay for the people behind you. So it's a real little treat, and it's a real pick me up in the day. It changes everything about your life that day.
Yeah.
So it's not just about looking for abundance in cold hard cash. But for me, I'm looking to level up in my life and in my lifestyle. So I'm looking at a bigger, stronger relationship with the universe, and the universe wants us to have abundance. We have all the faculty that it takes to move ourselves up. Um, Ava said it a little differently, but we're in a mindset that no matter what level you're at, you've become comfortable in a mindset. And if you want to gain more abundance or if you want to gain a level up in your life, you have to know yourself here and you have to change. There's some things that have to come along and change. You can't just expect expect abundance or volume without the reciprocity of the relationship there. So if you're looking for abundance, you've got to take an inventory and you have to be ready to step up, change your relationship to a certain degree, right?
Right, and those were a lot of good examples of abundance, how you can receive and take, and things like that. I do remember one time actually with Tim Hortons lineup, somebody was saying, "Oh, in the lineup, somebody will pay for you," and stuff like that. So I tested it out. I was like, okay, well, I'll pay for somebody behind me. And I'm like, and it was just for fun. It's not that I was expecting it. It was just a fun thing. I was like, huh, I wonder if it'll ever come back to me like that. And I think within a month, it came back to me. Somebody paid for me. And I was like, oh, well, that was cool.
Yeah.
So, these things definitely do happen. And it's a give and take on different ends, right? So,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
sometimes we experiment for fun. And even a
Yeah,
place I used to live at, we used to have a section where people like give away stuff they don't want. So I'm like, Sometimes I would take a look. I'm like, oh, I know exactly somebody who's, maybe can't afford it, but can definitely use it. Or I'm like, hey, do you need this or that? It's like, spread it around, right? So
yes.
yeah, you never know who needs it. And if you it's like connections, not just human connections, but also it's like, oh, I know somebody who can use that because I know they don't have a lot of money and here it is. They manifested through me to give it to them. So yeah, being that connection link in between things. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, just to finish that thought on Tim Hortons, there was one day where I was in the lineup and I heard on the radio like 3 hours later that the line was like it was going for 4 hours and they were trying to keep it going, so they were letting people
Oh,
know.
that's so cool. I like that.
Yeah.
We should start it
So,
here.
yeah. One thing that we have to be careful of as far as mindset is concerned and abundance is concerned, and you hear this from probably several people, some in your family, some coworkers, some friends, some neighbors, and they will say, "I will give when I reach my financial goals," or "I will give when I have more money. Right now, I don't have any." Um, some kind of when I'm able to afford, I'll give. But Ava talked about that, and that's a scarcity mindset that she's just talked about this now is in the relationship of the universe tells the universe or your method of communication when you just gave those kind of excuses is the frequency and the vibration and the attraction that you're going to get is a mentality of there's not enough. You're going to live in a state of not enough. I might need this for an emergency, so I'm going to keep it. So the universe is going to recognize that and just not serve, not be attracted to anything as far as giving is concerned. If you have that mentality, I feel safer to hold on to this. The universe will give you exactly what you expect, and you'll never make enough or get enough with that mentality.
Exactly. And not only that, just when you think you're like, oh, I'm saving here, something will come up that will take it away from you, even, it's just how the law works. And then you'll be out again, and you're like, oh, okay, well, why did that happen? And it's happened a few times for me before, where it's like, oh, if I hold on to it, it's like, no. And then the car breaks down, and then you have to, uh,
Yeah.
you know, uh, uh, s- uh, give the money or something like that. So it's a give and take on a lot of different areas. So, yeah, that's just one example, but we can give many more, but we only have so much time.
Yes. Co-creating for more abundance, like co-creating as in working with your higher self and your higher power. There's a few steps to it, and I'll just tell you the steps. I don't think we have time to get into depth on any of that, but if you want to go into depth, Ava, let me know. Step one is to be prepared. Step two is to choose something worthy of you. Step three is go there in your mind, exactly where you want to be. Initialize it and believe that it will happen. And the final step, of course, is that the universe is ready for you. So it's not always, the steps aren't always yours to make either.
Exactly. Did you want to elaborate more on these steps? Is that where the timing?
Sure, if we have time.
Sure. 5 minutes.
Um, I'm just going to read it for you. It says, "Get
Okay.
prepared." It says, "You are God's highest form of creation. You are capable of being, doing, and having anything. However, you won't attract what you really want unless and until you believe that you deserve it. You can't say like I could say to Ava, "Oh, I'd really like that," but my heart's going, "That'll never happen." You have to be real in your to your core. Number two is choose something worthy of you. That means set aside some time to fantasize about the life that you want. Make a list of everything you would like to be, do, or have, or even if you feel it is way beyond your reach, put it down. You don't know because the universe is abundant. Number three is go there in your mind. Every thought you have is on a frequency. The result you are currently getting is because you're manifesting it at that level and with that current thoughts. However, the joyful, abundant life you want is on a higher frequency. And it's just like going to the radio and tuning the knob to, I want to listen to rock for an hour, or I want to listen to the news. So you go to the tuning knob on your stereo, on the television, on your computer, whatever, and you tell it to go to a station and you expect something at that frequency. We have to learn to exist and communicate in that same kind of manner, that have that same kind of expectation when it comes to frequency. Number four is initialize it, and that means get emotionally involved with the idea of having what you want. And we don't mean a falsifying emotional attitude, but think about when you decided, I want to go to school, as in continuing education. I want to move to a bigger apartment or a bigger home. I want to move to a different country. That emotional commitment that you had is the emotional commitment that you want to involve in this decision and this putting forth of your desire to grow in abundance. Number five is believe that it will happen. Again, that is the Greek used to say, believe it in your heart. And they used to think the subconscious mind, because it can't change what you believe, they felt that that was your heart. That's what they were trying to say when they were trying to say, believe it as hard as you can and don't make any corrections or no changes to it. So you have to, once you take it from your conscious to your subconscious mind, the subconscious mind has no power to change what you believe. So lock it in there, believe it, feel it, know it with all your might, and stay there. And the next step is you need a space, you need an openness, you need to be prepared to gain the abundance in the method it's going to come. So you have to be ready for that. You have to be open for that. And if it's bigger energy, you have to be ready.
That's amazing. Those are definitely some great tips, Nikki. Thank you for sharing them. So questions we want you to kind of ponder on is what does really abundance mean to you? How do you currently view abundance in your personal life? What are some beliefs about abundance that may need to be shifted? And what habits can you adopt today to attract more abundance? Like all it takes is just sitting down with a piece of paper and really looking at it closely. Because, in our mind, we can go over 100 million things, but you really have to stop and think about it. Really open your mind, your mind and take it from a different point of view. How does gratitude play a role in cultivating your abundance? In what ways can you be more generous and open to receiving? Maybe you're not open to receiving, and that's another thing too we didn't really talk about. But you can always give, but you also have to be open to receiving. It's a give and take on both ends, right? So any other questions you think they can ask, Nikki?
Well, we've given a couple of perspectives, and yet we're saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important that even though we're coming at it all individually and all intellectually different because we've all created our own thought process, it fundamentally is all the same. Um, so find what was said to you today, and if you're not ready to change, let it be a voice that sits there. So when you break down the wall, and that old habit breaks down, the teachings that and the thoughts that Ava or I gave you quickly bring in the new manner of thinking, and you can use it as a tool because the universe, God, really does want you to succeed. So let's go.
Yeah, and that's right, Nikki. And everybody's on a different page in their life. Some people are looking to receive more, whereas others are looking to give more, right? It's just a matter of expanding your life, whatever you're living to the best you can, and why not, right? Live a
Yes.
more abundant life wherever you possibly can. So abundance starts basically from within. It's a choice to see possibilities rather than obstacles, to trust in the flow of life, and to take action from a place of confidence and faith rather than from fear. When you embody an abundant mindset, you become a magnet for success, joy, and fulfillment. So that's one of what we want to leave you with today. Ponder on some of these questions, see where you can enhance your life. So I hope you enjoy this discussion in the Growth Mindset Collective on abundance. And thank you so much for joining us today, guys. Thank you, Nikki.
Thanks, Ava. It was wonderful.
Thank you. And we'll see you guys soon again. And of course, wait for our post. We'll post what's coming up next. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, guys.
See you soon.
Thank you.